Now, Greg, that we're into the meat of the season, are you seeing any emerging trends out there?
For a few years, the trend had been guys shooting from farther and farther out. But, Kevin, I think we're seeing a return of the big man, a more concerted effort to attack the interior.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Smith in at the point. Now, here's McDaniel. Back to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Traps in the tray.
Smith.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Here's Ingram. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Kept alive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
And using his vertical on the offensive glass, Williamson is adept at reading misses and pouncing on second-chance opportunities.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career.
Now, here is Smith. For the three. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
And here's Smith following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Here's Valanciunas. Misses the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
It's Edwards on the wing. For three, Smith. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thanks. Yeah, that defense, something to be reckoned with. Greg, we'll see how it plays out.
Well, it's important to be patient. The other team's going to take certain things away. Just keep probing, trying to find that weakness.
And, you know, one of the things you can do is try to speed up the pace. Make them react to what you're doing instead of the other way around. Don't play on your heels. Be the aggressor.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now, here is Smith.
2 minutes remaining.
He's coming off a 25-point game against Houston. Back to Gobert. There's the pass to Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. Smith. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Excellent use of size there by Valanciunas, reaching out and just swatting that shot away.
McCollum, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit.
Count that bucket.
And when he gets the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that on Zion converting, relentless down low.
And the Timberwolves call time here. I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history, not focusing on the past. Just keep evolving as a team.
Big group substitution now for
Substitution on the court.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. McCollum and Jones are their guards. Ingram in the front court with Williamson. And it's Nance in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Ingram clearly on the attack there, not allowing the defense to do anything with that dunk.
Now here's Gobert. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Edwards against Ingram. A three from McCollum. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Now here's Jones. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself into position, and then was able to make the play.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against Houston lit up the floor. He tallied 25 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. He feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And there had been so much talk about Zion wanting out of New Orleans. That was all put to rest this past summer. Zion signing a loaded extension to keep him with the Pelicans for the next handful of years.
There's the three. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
That first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Minnesota making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Alvarado passes to Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Minnesota.
It's blocked. 46 seconds left now here in the second. Minnesota leading by 11. Smith outside from the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
For your Pelicans, Brandon Ingram.
And the technical free throw is good.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Alexander Walker. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. Smith with the basket on the assist by Anderson.
3 points.
Smith's got 29.
Three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Now here's Ingram. In the corner, Daniels. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Minnesota with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. And we've got more M2K. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Smith in at the one. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Puts it up from 12. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Towns so capable of hurting you from the mid-range area. The defense can't afford to back off of it.
Cullen passes to Ingram. New Orleans moving the ball around. Passes it to Valanciunas. Gobert with the block.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Pass to Smith. 6 to shoot. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Pelicans trail by 21.
And one of the biggest stories of the summer was Rudy Gobert being traded. He gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
The shot's good.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. It's Ingram on the wing. Will it go? And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Inside, here's Edwards. Nelson and Smith with the assist that time.
Assist from
Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Anderson, he's checked in for Gobert. Taurean Prince comes in for McDaniels. Noel, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Mike Conley in for Smith.
2 minutes remaining.
To the paint.
Substitution on the court.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. The forwards for him are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Pass to Smith. Over Jones. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Assist goes to
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those
2
situations.
minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Smith. Towns trying to get open. Lays it up off the glass. 36 points for Smith.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Williamson kicks to Jones. Right wing. Here's Valanciunas. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Smith. Towns trying to get open. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
When you look at NBA salary numbers, Clark, some rosters are only guys on the max or the minimum, one or the other. What happened? What happened to the middle salary?
Yeah, it just kind of went away a little bit, Kevin. Well, when you have enough stars on your team, they take up the whole pie, and really they deserve it. But I think you got to have role players, too, who are willing to take a little less, the crumbs, so to speak. But when you're talking 7 figures, crumbs is probably a misnomer.
And Marshall kicks to Hernan Gomez. That falls. Great assist by Marshall.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Minnesota.
You don't see hits it again. Wow.
Once again, he's reached the 40-point mark as there has been no slowing him down all season.
Well, GA, with all these 40-point performances, he's close to matching the mark for third most 40-point games in a single year.
Well, we haven't seen this many 40-point games in a long time. He is close to matching his airness, Michael Jordan, who scored 40 points an incredible 37 times back in '87. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
New Orleans making a switch here. Lewis is checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Knight's checked in for Anderson.
And, guys, things are looking up in New Orleans. The extension for Zion Williamson reflecting his commitment to this young core. And with the 8th pick and Dyson Daniels, the Pels added to their bevy of young wing defenders. They're building a team to contend.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3 ball.
For 3.
Smith's got 46 points. 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Richardson the pass to Marshall. And again, no good by New Orleans. For 3, Smith. Good, another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
Lewis outside. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure did. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see